Details now in the investigation into Saturday's deadly plane crash in Bedford, Massachusetts. Today, crews are expected to finish removing the wreckage from Hanscom Field, where all 7 people on board that flight died over the weekend.
This as investigators release more information about the flight's final moments. Eyewitness News reporter Brian Iacono joining us live in studio now with more on what he's learned overnight.
Well, good morning. For the first time now, we are able to show you this image right here. It's the voice and data recorder recovered now from that Gulfstream G4 plane. It crashed in Massachusetts this weekend, killing all 7 people on board. And from it now, investigators are releasing initial information suggesting at least that the crew was in fact dealing with some kind of problem before that crash. You can still see the wreckage of that plane just off the runway in Bedford. It's broken into pieces and charred. The early indications from the data recorder show the plane never even got off the ground, even though it did reach minimum speed to do so. In fact, we've now learned the crew may have tried to stop the plane because the brakes and the reverse thrusters, they were applied before the crash. The data recorder was recovered on Monday, and while these first pieces of information are helping to understand what happened, a full report could take months now. Here's what NTSB investigators had to say at their final briefing in Massachusetts.
There are indications that the brake pressures are rising consistent with this deceleration, and we're also observing tire marks on the runway.
Now, as we mentioned, all 7 people on board died. That included the pilot and the co-pilot. Combined, they had more than 29,000 hours of flight experience. Also on that plane, Lewis Katz, the co-owner of the Philadelphia Inquirer. And in just 30 minutes this morning, we'll take you inside the Performing Arts Center right at Temple University for a look at the preparations for today's memorial service, including a speech today from a former president. In the studio, Brian Iacono, Eyewitness News.